Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday, and I'm going to get you guys up on screen immediately to see who's in the live chat room tonight. I think last time on the whole stream I forgot to jump into the live chat room, or at least didn't get there until we got quite far into the live stream. So we've got Robert, we've got Tammy, we've got Paul, we've got Laurie, we've got Shirley, we've got Richard in there, and Carl, Jeff, Maria, Corey, who's your daddy as well. Bonnie went through saying something, I think it was like good evening or something like that. I can see Vince in there as well, Rocker Girl, Carla moderating, Neil moderating, and Susan and Dennis moderating as well. Huge shout out to the moderators for doing such a fantastic job during these live streams, and you'll see their names in blue as they just went through there. So hello to you guys, Lalia, Celeste, Corey, Carl, Laurie, Selena, Vince again, and Mark, Pamela, and going through a little bit too quickly now. I think I saw Bob in there as well. So I hope you guys have had a good start to the weekend, and that start to the live stream was Hero, my song from my album called Persistence, and that was requested over on Patreon. So thank you guys for requesting that one. Let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they are the reason that this happens in the first place, and I have to just reset it to make sure it goes through the list of names correctly, starting with supported by, or sponsored by, there it is, the Wings of Pegasus patrons. So thank you guys. These people are the foundation of everything that I do, including the analysis videos, the cover videos, these live streams. Everything that you see is due to these lovely people. So thank you guys for all of your support over at patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And I'm going to mention this right at the beginning of the live stream, because over on Patreon, and I'll put the link up there just in case you do want to get involved with the channel and myself just on a little bit of a deeper level. I think a lot of people over on Patreon don't realize that there's a message function, so you can send me a message if you want to. Not that you particularly might want to or not want to. It's an option. I'm just saying that because sometimes people ask questions over there and refer to me in the third person, is it? I'm not sure. But somebody will say, oh, can you ask Phil if... And they don't realize there's a message function that just comes straight through to me, and I can answer your question immediately if you send it through to me. When I say immediately, I do go on there every day, usually in the evening, and it's probably about 2 a.m. in the UK, so I'm not sure. You'll have to work out your time zones, but that's when I get through the Patreon messages. So just so everybody knows that you don't have to ask on behalf of something or someone, or if you're having a problem finding something, you can message me directly, because that's another thing that I've noticed, is that a couple of people have said, oh, why can't I find this, or how do I find that? And they're kind of pushing that question out into the internet, whereas there's a message function, so you can just ask me directly and I will sort it out for you. So let me get rid of that. Right. Let's see where we're going to be for tonight's likes total, because the goal for tonight is 345, another huge target for tonight's live stream, so we're going to need every single one of those thumbs up possible. If we can get a spike of the likes at the beginning of the live stream as you come through the door, that would be fantastic. And let's have a look where we are at. At the moment, it's 166 likes. So that should be appearing on the screen, and I think it has, which is good. So we've still got a bit of a way to go, and I'm not going to attempt to do the maths yet. I always have to wait until it gets a little bit closer before working out how many more we need, but it's always going to jump up a little bit if we have a spike now and again at the beginning of the live stream, but every single thumbs up is much appreciated. And it enables us to have a pick roulette the following week. We are going to be having a pick roulette tonight as well, so stay tuned for that. Somebody is going to be going away with this Wings of Pegasus signed pick, and you get a picture of some guy with that as well. We will be looking at a picture or two later on. And let me get the donations tab up on screen. As I always say, you don't have to donate, but if you feel like you want to or you just can't resist donating, then the percentages are up on screen. For the super chat donations, between 35 and 45% goes to YouTube, and on PayPal is between 3 and 5%. And there's a PayPal link in the description below. But as I said, you don't have to donate. Just watching and joining me on the live streams is fantastic, because it means that I get to interact with you guys in a live setting, which obviously I don't get to do with the analysis videos, but I do read through all of the comments as well. So thank you guys for leaving those and giving me your requests in that comment section as well. So just to quickly get through the donations that came in through the super chat window on YouTube before we went live. Jennifer donated $10. Thank you for that, Jennifer. And the message is, since they are playing their own records, how do artists collect royalty rights from mobile DJs? Hope ARM is doing better. So thank you for that. And it depends. If a mobile DJ is playing at a venue or playing at an event, I say playing, obviously they're playing other people's songs, but if they are entertaining the crowds by playing other people's songs, generally that event is going to be registered. If it's at a venue, that venue is going to be registered. Here in the UK, it's with the PRS, Performing Rights Society, and they have to pay the Performing Rights Society a particular fee every year, which covers all of the copyrights, and then from that fee, the people that own the music, the publishing companies, if it is one of those, they then get paid from the PRS company, who have been taking the fees for the events. And the overall events, the venues, all sort that out. If they're a mobile DJ and they're not registered, then unfortunately there's no way to police that. They'll just be going off doing their own thing and trying to get away with it. But you're not supposed to do that by law. So if somebody is doing that and they're not registered, then they might be walking a bit of a fine line between entertaining people, but yeah, doing it illegally. And if they get found out, then they'll be in a bit of trouble. So Jennifer has donated $5 again after that. Thank you again, Jennifer. The message is, Phil, your brother-in-law knows about the music business. Is there a chance he would be able to come on one of your interview shows? Take care. So thank you for that. And my brother-in-law owns an entertainment company. So he doesn't really know about the music business or music industry. He just has DJs that go out on his behalf, and sometimes he DJs as well, and it's very much for weddings and things like that. So you have a DJ there and they just play the music that's requested by the people on the night or the couple who are getting married, and yeah, he just fills the dance floor with other people's songs, and just people love it. Get on that dance floor. He organizes the whole event. So when I talk about the whole event, I mean putting up the lighting and the sound system. I've helped him once before where it's just setting up PAs. So, you know, just getting your XLR leads sorted, making sure they're the right length, all that kind of stuff. So it's not really the music business setting up amplifiers. It's just knowing equipment. So yeah, I'm not sure that he would come on anyway to talk about that kind of thing, because he's pretty much in that bracket of paying PRS and making sure that everything he's doing is above board as a business, because of course it has to be, because he does it around Europe as well. But in terms of coming on here with me and talking about the music industry, yeah, he doesn't really spend his time thinking about publishing rights, songwriting, all that kind of thing, performance royalties and royalties that you pick up from radio and TV. He's not really into it in that way. He's just a DJ who puts on songs and fills dance floors that people dance to. I'm sure you guys know by now what a DJ is. And when I was younger, DJing never used to be a thing. You just used to play the music and press play on the CD player, and then everyone would listen to that and it would be great. Whereas now you've got somebody who does the DJing, which is a little bit more than just pressing play, but I'm sure you could just get away with doing that. Press play and everyone loves the music because they all know the songs. but there's mixing the songs together and synchronizing the beats of one song into the next and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what he does. Anyway, thank you for that, Jennifer. Paul has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, please spike those likes, all y'all. Team Orlando. So thank you for that, Paul. And it's a great idea, just backed up by Orlando as well. So the backup to Orlando has actually gone first here. Orlando then donated $2 and said, I may be late. Spike the likes if you have not, with a thumbs up. Thank you for that, Orlando and Paul. I'm just going to lean forward to grab the mug and give it a plug, because that's what we do when we see Orlando's donation in there, or when Orlando is backed up by Paul. We'll have a plug of the mug. If you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, head to the tray underneath this video if you can see it. If not, there's a link in the description below which will take you through to the spring.com store. You'll find the hats, the t-shirts, the hoodies, one of which I have on tonight. So yeah, you can check those out. Thank you, Orlando, for that. And I think then M donated $5. Thank you for that, M, and says hello from Kansas. So hello to M. And hello wherever you are tuning in from tonight for this live stream. Actually here in the UK, it's relatively warm. It's not usually this warm. It's been about 18, 20 degrees Celsius. So maybe we're getting our summer early and then it's going to go back to being cold. I mean, it's not that warm. As you can tell, I've still got my hoodie on. So obviously at night time, it starts to get a little bit cooler. So it's still hoodie weather for this particular temperature. But we will see what happens over the next few days. It has been a little bit warmer than usual. Anyway, we are going to be jumping into the PayPal donations window as well, because a few have come through there. Thank you guys for that. And just before we do, a couple of things. First of all, there's a vote for tonight's cover between Iris and Parisian Walkways. So you can vote for whichever of those you want to hear later on tonight. And the other thing was about this Apple Mac or Mac Pro that you guys have been very kindly donating for, and is something that I'm going to be looking at getting in the future, and it was very much part of the birthday. I did see somebody ask over in that live chat room about whether there's cookie cake still going on, whether it's still got any left, and yes, I still have some cookie cake left. Actually quite a bit left. I'm just having a small piece every day with a cup of tea, and that's pretty much what I'm allowing myself to have. I even didn't realize that tomorrow is Easter Sunday, so there's going to be Easter eggs kicking off, I'm sure, but I still have cookie cake and two quite large pieces, but I've now put them in the fridge just to keep it fresh, and I predict it's going to last for another week. Fingers crossed. I mean, I hope that actually lasts for a week. I don't think it will go off or go bad, but it's now in the fridge, and yeah, I just have a little bit every day. But yeah, my parents, my nephews have been helping me out with it. So thank you guys, you know who you are, for sending over the cookie cake, getting it all organized, and yeah, working in secret with my mum to get it all organized, who then surprised me before that live stream last Saturday. So you guys can check that out if you want to. That last Saturday where I showed a picture of the cookie cake, which is probably going to last me about another week. Anyway, oh yes, about the Mac Pro and everything like that. I have been sent a few messages, so thank you guys for those, about the Mac Pros, but also the Mac Pro Studio is what I think it's called. And I looked into that last night a little bit, and it seems like, I mean, the Mac Pro Studio that I think is going to be available at the end of June here in the UK. At least that's where, you know, you go to the Apple Store and then you try and order one. Obviously, I'm not ordering one yet, but they say the earliest availability is the end of June. But the reason that it seems like it might be a good idea is, I mean, this Mac Pro that I'm using is a late 2013 Mac Pro, so it's getting on for 10 years old now. But the Mac Pro Studio that will be available at the end of June is, for all intents and purposes, more powerful, and I think just a little bit more relevant for what I do on a day-to-day basis with my Mac Pro at the moment. It's just more relevant than getting the Mac Pro, the new Mac Pro, which was £5,499, but the Mac Pro Studio would be, if I got the good version of it, would be £3,999. So I'd be looking at a saving of £1,500 for something that really suits the purpose of what I do. So it seems like we could be good for getting a new computer, especially with all of the kind donations that you guys have made. So thank you so much for all of those. Obviously, I will keep you guys in the loop, especially over on Patreon, as to how things go with the computer, but I think it's just going to be a case of not being able to get my hands on what I think will be suitable for another couple of months. Is that the end of June? So I will let you guys know, but I'm in a really strong position because of your donations. So thank you guys so much. And it'd be great if it does turn out to be the fact that I'll not need as much money as I thought initially, because it means that, yeah, the extra saving that I have to do isn't quite as important, and I won't have to do too much saving on top of all of the donations that you guys have made. So thank you for all of those. Right, mentioning the donations, we are going to be jumping into the PayPal donations window, and I do address every single donation that comes in, and I just reminded myself of something there, that people have been donating, and I've mentioned on the live streams that for some reason some of the messages haven't come through with the donations, and it's not me deleting them, because I saw a comment earlier today where, I think it was from a couple of days ago, the comment, but it does take me a while to get through all of them. They said, why are you deleting my comments? And I'm not deleting any comments on either YouTube, just in general. I don't. The only ones that I do delete are the ones that are for webcams, and we've seen them in these live streams sometimes. One of those bots, a spam bot, gets involved and starts posting lots of comments. So anyway, on the YouTube channel and everything, I don't delete any of those comments, anybody's comments, even the trolls. I just leave those on there. Same for PayPal. I don't even know if you can delete any message that comes through with a PayPal donation. So yeah, I'm not deleting them. I think it was just a problem with PayPal, just to set the record straight there. Anyway, back into the donations here. I am going to just read them out. Even between the live streams, I always do address the donations during the live streams. Interestingly, a minute ago, I hit my elbow on the table, and my elbow, I mean, yeah, you guys know about my medial epicondylitis that I've got. I hit my elbow on the table a minute ago, and it feels quite good. So I think anything, I must have just hit the nerve, and it's just moved it a little bit better as to what it was. It seems like the best things that I've done for my elbow so far, I was washing my face, and I moved my arm in such a way that it untrapped a nerve, which felt really good, because then I could move my arm around a little bit more, and I just hit my elbow then, which has improved the feeling of it, which is great. Anyway, it's destiny. But thank you for asking about my arm, all of you guys, but also I think Jennifer mentioned that as well. But yes, I mean, my arm is getting better, just bit by bit, day by day. I think it's just having the patience to just stick with it and not just start doing stuff because it feels a little bit better. I want to make sure that I've got full range of motion before I start, doing anything like playing guitar, playing piano, all that kind of stuff. I just want to make sure that it is now at least fully healed to the point where I can move my arm in all directions without any pain. And yeah, interestingly, today the pain's been a little bit more around the back of my arm, whereas before it is around the front of my arm. So hopefully that means that the front of my arm is now stronger and getting a little bit better, and it's now just working on the bit of tendon that isn't quite healed yet. But anyway, yeah, that was a little bit of physiotherapy and massage, or yeah, just relaxing that I don't know what that was, but yeah, it feels quite good now. Anyway, Rhonda, thank you for this £30 donation. And this came through at 1:45 on Wednesday morning. So this would have been after the last live stream. Thank you for that, Rhonda. And because these messages have just arrived between, and the donations have arrived between the live streams, I'm just going to have to address them. I can't get them on screen because I have to go through lots of other emails that have come through with my subscriptions for everything that I use on these live streams, but also just Adobe Premiere Pro and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you for this donation, Amy, and that was for £5, so thank you for that. And that was at 11 on Wednesday morning. And let me jump into this one because Randall has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Randall. And that was on whenever the 14th was. I lose track of the days. I know it's 2 days after my birthday, but that was on the 14th, and that was at 1:45 in the morning, very early on. So thank you for that, Randall. And let me jump up again. Tina donated £10.98. Thank you for that, Tina. And the message was birthday gift. So thank you for that birthday gift, Tina. That is much appreciated. And that was at 1:40 on Thursday. So thank you for that. And that was in the morning. And let me make sure that I'm not missing any out here. Julie donated £7.30. Thank you for that, Julie. And that was at 1:37 this morning. So we're getting a little bit more up to date now. So thank you for that. And the next one, let me find it, was from Tammy, who has donated £10. Thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, how's your arm doing? So there we go. I said thank you guys for asking about my arm. And yeah, just getting a little bit better, slightly better after hitting my elbow on the table. So thank you for that, Tammy. I'm sure that hasn't fixed anything because it is a tendon issue, but I think my nerve around my elbow likes to get involved. So some of the pain that I feel is just due to not that fully trapped nerve that I had before, but just it tweaking and just touching that nerve now and again, which isn't particularly enjoyable, but it's not too bad. It's only a 2 or 3 out of 10 pain wise. So Tammy, thank you for that donation. And Steve has donated £5. Thank you for that, Steve. And I think this is, it was just before, actually maybe an hour or so before the live stream. So what I'll do is get this up on screen because I think we're going to be a little bit more up to date now. So we can scroll down, and Steve says, how do you maintain tempo during a solo or playing alone without speeding up or slowing down? So thank you for that, Steve. And I mean, this depends. If you're playing with your band and you're playing a guitar solo, you're just keeping in time with the drummer. So you're hoping really that the drummer is going to keep time well for you and just the whole band, that your rhythm section's really solid. But I mean, when you're talking about live performances and bands, the drummer's always the first port of call for timing. If the drummer's playing slightly fast, it doesn't matter how much you try and slow him down with your playing, he's not going to be able to hear you because the drums are very loud and he's just going to go off on his own. If he's playing too fast, unfortunately, you just got to deal with it and just play to his tempo, and you just got to hope that you have a drummer who is appreciative of the feel of the song and the tempo where it should be. So without a drummer, if you're talking about just playing and you're trying to keep time accurately, I tend to always think on the terms of slowing down rather than speeding up. So if I'm playing any kind of rhythm, and the way that you can practice this is to map out a particular, beats per minute. Say that you wanted to try and get more accurate. I mean, generally 120 beats per minute is what you'll get on Logic Pro 10, just a default value. And you can just set that off and set up a MIDI track and just have some hit points in there and make sure that you miss out a bar or miss out a couple of bars or a few bars, so that when you're playing your rhythm guitar, you can start to get an appreciation of how long a bar is without hearing that metronome. So it goes silent for a whole bar, and make sure that you can get it as accurate as possible where you do start the bar where it actually starts, because you'll get a really good appreciation of whether you play too quickly or whether you play too slowly. And I always find that if I focus on not speeding up and leaning towards the side of slowing down, that is how to, well, for me personally, that's how I keep time as accurately as possible when I might do a test, just to see that metronome, that I'm at least getting close to how a metronome would be without actually hearing it. And this is another thing, that you want to have that sense of timing, that you don't want to be as mechanical as a metronome, but you want to keep that same feel for however many beats per minute the track might be. Just try and lock into that. And yeah, my focus is always on just erring on the side of playing slowly rather than speeding up, because I find that once you start to speed up and you keep speeding up, it's just worse, because you have to fit your words vocally into smaller spaces and you start to lose the groove of what's going on. Generally, if things are a bit slow, it's easy just to increase that tempo a little bit, whereas if one thing's too fast, then, you know, the bassist might start playing too quickly and the drummer starts playing too quickly even more, and then everyone's just, you know, on a roller coaster. It's just a downhill roller coaster from there that you just can't bring it back to going slowly. Everyone gets excited, especially when you're playing live. That's something that a lot of people tend to do subconsciously. You will play more quickly. You'll push tempos all the time if you're not consciously just trying to sit back a bit. And it's really easy to have the adrenaline pumping when you're playing in front of a lot of people, but it's all about just trying to relax and being wary of that fact, just keeping things slow. And that's what I think your drummer should be able to do, to give you an accurate representation of the beats per minute that is the song that you're playing, rather than just going off on one and every song of the set just sounding the same speed. You want to have that ebb and flow to your whole set when you're playing live. Anyway, thank you for that, Steve. And I'm just going to scroll up, because Paul has donated £5. Thank you for that, Paul. And that is a straight up donation as well. So let me just scroll up again, because Robert has donated £20. Thank you for that, Robert. And the message is, cheers, Phil. So cheers, Robert, for that, and for joining me on this live stream, in this live setting. All you guys in that live chat room, hello. Thank you for joining me and just making this such a great place to be on a Saturday night and a Tuesday night, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, as always. And a huge shout out to the moderators again for doing such a fantastic job. As I can see, they are working hard in that live chat room tonight. I think this is going to be the case as more and more subscribers get involved, which is great. And by the way, I think we have another 1,000 to add to that subscriber count. The last one was 253,000, now 254,000 that I just saw before I started the live stream. So thank you everyone for subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and yeah, just hitting the thumbs up, interacting with the videos, giving me your requests for analysis videos as well, so we can have a look at, I mean, lots of vocal analysis videos currently, and that's continuing on for quite a while. I started doing these in December. Actually, let me just get off the screen, and everyone should stop. Oh no, they started cheering and then they stopped. Now they've started again, and now they've stopped and it's gone. The crowd are random. I don't know what starts them. I think it's linked in to that pop-up, the subscriber pop-up that happens. But anyway, yes, I've totally lost track of, because of the sound effects, of what I was talking about. But yeah, the number of subscribers has been going up steadily. So thank you guys for subscribing and getting us up to, yeah, another crazy number. But we will keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. I'm sure that things are just going to get even more busy on the channel. But at the moment, I'm still just about keeping up, which is great. And I'm still reading all of the comments. I'm sure at some point that is probably going to have to finish. I'll always be over on patreon.com, of course, answering all the messages over there. That's where I would be if YouTube just stopped. But yes, I'll keep on pushing forward and we will see collectively where we end up. Another quick update about the manager, the studio manager, or the whole YouTube studio manager thing that I got an email about. It seems like it is just geared towards putting more adverts on the videos and trying to get more donations, which you guys know that on the whole live streams, I always say that you don't have to donate. And I think YouTube very much take the approach of pushing for donations, and that's not something that I really want to do. It doesn't sit very well with me. I think if you want to, if you feel that, yeah, you are in the position that you can donate, then yes, by all means, you can do it. I'm not going to just deny people wanting to donate, because I know that that is something that people like to do. They like to support the channel on that fundamental level in order to make sure that it continues, but just to have some kind of support for the channel. But I always say that just watching, just hitting the thumbs up is support enough for me. And I think with this manager partner thing that they do on YouTube, it would be pushing for donations, and that's not something that I want to do. So yeah, I don't think it particularly appeals to me and what I want to do on this channel. And yeah, they did message back, because I said, is it just trying to make more money? Is it just pushing for donations, all that kind of stuff, and putting more adverts on my videos? And they said, yes, that's the focus. And we've seen ways that we can basically do that. And they said that they've got a tool that automatically puts mid-roll adverts on all of your videos. So that means that if you watched one of my analysis videos, I'd say, hi, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight, and there might be an advert straight away. So yeah, I don't want that to happen, because I very much see the analysis videos as maybe an advert at the beginning, and there are adverts on my channel. Sometimes I can't help where they are. If I can limit them to at the beginning and the end, and the owner of the copyright for that particular song I'm looking at in that video, if they leave that option, I always choose that option, so that at least it's just at the beginning and the end, because I believe that the analysis video in the middle, it's really important for me personally to try and keep that as one, so that when I'm talking about something, you've already got in your mind or fresh in your memory what I'm referring to. If I played something and then an advert came in for like half an hour, this is the other half an hour, yeah, it seems like that, but it's 30 seconds. There might be 2 or 3 30-second videos that you can't skip. So it means that a minute and a half later, you get back to me talking about something you've forgotten. So this is why I see it as really important to keep it all together, so that you know what I'm referring to in that particular video. So that's why it doesn't really appeal to me, this whole thing that I've been emailed about. And the way that they do approach it, they say, congratulations, you've been chosen to have a partner manager. And to me, it's something that, well, I don't really see any, I don't know, it's not positive for me to have more adverts on the channel. It's not really how I want to do things. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be going forward. And I don't think they'd particularly be happy that on these live streams you have the option of donating through PayPal in the description, because they want everybody to donate through Super Chat, so that they get 35 to 45% of every single donation. So I don't think that the first thing they'd say is, oh, can you stop doing that PayPal thing, because we want half of the money, or almost half, for ourselves. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that people that do donate want to support the channel, just what I do on my channel. And this is another thing, that the PayPal donations mean that I now don't have to put the mid-roll video, or at least I can choose to take those out, because of the PayPal donations that fill what would have happened any extra revenue that might be coming towards me through putting more adverts on my videos, I mean, generally, I don't see how that would work anyway, because a lot of the videos I guess some videos like my original music, all those kind of things, and when I don't have a copyright claim, any of those videos, I guess if you put mid-roll adverts on, then I would make revenue from those. But again, the PayPal donations means that I don't have to do that, and I will continue to just keep on pushing forward because I'd rather not have any adverts in the middle of the videos. Anyway, let's move on with things, talking about that PayPal donations window. I'm just going to scroll up because I can see that another one has come in from Diana, and thank you for that, Diana. And it's for £20.22. And the message is, Happy Easter, Phil, and to all y'all wingers for whatever computer, Easter, chocolates, more Turkish delights, or a dentist visit with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Diana. And I mean, a dentist visit, I haven't been to the dentist since before lockdown. So, when did COVID actually start? Was that 2018 or 2019? I can't remember. I haven't been to the dentist in that long, but generally every time that I did go to the dentist, they just said, keep on doing what you're doing and brushing your teeth, and just, I don't usually have any problems. So I haven't got any tooth pain or anything. I just keep brushing my teeth and it seems to be fine. But at some point I've probably got to organise a dentist visit. They've probably forgotten all of my details and information because it's been so long. But yeah, I should probably have a dentist visit at some point. So thank you for reminding me of that, Diana, and that donation. Generally, if I do have any cookie cake or chocolate, I have water. I've always got a bottle of water very close to me. I think that's just something that is automatic for, singing practice and all that kind of stuff. But just from when I used to, exercise a lot, play a lot of football, I'd always have hydration at the top of my mind to make sure that I could recover from the exercise and all that kind of stuff. Even though I haven't done any exercise recently because of my arm, I'm very much looking forward to getting back to exercising. It's a bit frustrating, but I've just got to be a little bit more disciplined and just accept that it's going to take a little bit more time. Anyway, thank you for that, Diana. And Sue has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. And that is a straight up donation. So we are approaching Q1. Oh, COVID lockdown started in March 2020. Thank you for that, Vince. So March 2020. So yeah, 2 years. So it's been exactly 2 years since I went to the dentist. And actually I lie, because as soon as COVID happened, I had to cancel my dentist appointment because it was in lockdown, and it was 6 months since my previous dentist appointment. So it's 2 years and 6 months exactly the last time I was in the dentist's chair. But hopefully, because I can't feel anything bad going on, fingers crossed it's all okay. The only problem that I've had with my teeth, really, pain-wise, are wisdom teeth. For some reason, they just went mental a few years ago, and they were pushing my teeth kind of in a weird direction because they're trying to kind of come through, but they're pushing the other teeth out the way, to the point where I actually got an infection in both of my gums where my wisdom teeth were coming through. So those were back out. I'm trying to remember where the pain was. It was at the back right and the back left. I had wisdom teeth coming through at the same time, and obviously causing a cut or something in my gum when it was pushing through, which got infected, and that happened on both sides. And yes, that was very painful indeed, and had to take antibiotics, all that kind of stuff to try and get rid of the infection. Obviously it was swollen as well, so it wasn't very nice. So it was my own mouth doing myself in. It's unfortunate. And by the way, something that I learned about wisdom teeth is that they come through, because I thought, I don't need wisdom teeth, why are they causing me this amount of pain? So wisdom teeth come through because back in the day when we used to eat lots of meat, I guess as cavemen and cave women, meat is all we used to eat. So we would be chomping on meat day in, day out, which wore away our teeth. I guess probably eating meat off the bone. Bones are quite hard, so it would have worn down the teeth more than it does nowadays with our current diet, because we now get the option and we don't have to bite into bones. We've got knives and forks that cut it all up for us rather than having to do it all with our teeth. So the wisdom teeth came through because back in the day, I'm talking about really back in the day, we used to wear our teeth out at the back. So the new ones would come through, so then we could continue to eat. But the problem is now the previous ones haven't worn out, so they're all trying to push through. We haven't quite adapted yet. We haven't evolved to realize that we don't need the wisdom teeth as much as we did. And that's just something about the human body, unfortunately. Over the last, well, definitely 2,000 years, but certainly, I'd even say over the last, 100 years, 1 to 200 years, we've just evolved, or at least our technology has evolved at a ridiculous rate, especially in the last 60 years, but obviously our bodies aren't moving to the time scale that everything else is with technology. So yeah, our brains don't realize, our bodies don't realize we don't need these things anymore, but they're still coming through. Anyway, there has been one more donation that's just popped in there from Carla for £5.44. Thank you for that, Carla. And that is a straight up donation. And Stardust Unicorn, I can see you in that super chat window with a donation of $5. Thank you for that. Support band to Wings of Pegasus. And the message is spike the likes, everyone, with a thumbs up and a smiley face with sunglasses on. So thank you for that. And we could have a spike of the likes. If you haven't used that thumbs up yet, that'd be much appreciated. We are aiming for 345 likes tonight. We are at 306, which means we are looking for 39. Is that correct? Maybe. First bit of maths, I think that was a little bit easier to work out. I'm hoping that's right. 39 more likes in that live chat room. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, great time to do it now. So 1:45 in the morning here in the UK, and we are going to be jumping into tonight's cover video. It looks like it might be Iris for tonight. Let me just end the poll, because I thought it would have been Parisian Walkways, but it is Iris, which has 58% of the vote from 260 votes. So thank you guys for choosing this particular cover tonight. And it's my version of Iris, of course, the Goo Goo Dolls classic. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after this. We're going to have a couple of pictures, and then we will jump into the pick roulette as well. So I'll see you in a second for all of that. Rock!
Up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. When sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Whenever there's a made to be broken,
And there we have it. That was my version of Iris. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I did shoehorn in a solo there, lead guitar solo, which you might have noticed. But yeah, any chance to get out the Ibanez Geo in that case and lay down a solo. So I have seen, yes, Vince's comment. Vince was asking whether I could get another picture on the software. Unfortunately, as soon as I go live, pretty much everything stops from a computer perspective or uploading to the software that I'm using at the moment, unless I do a screen capture of something that I've already got open, and I haven't got it open at the moment, unfortunately. But I might. I always say I might be able to do something. Let me try and think, because I do a screen capture for the Riff of the Week that we've looked at recently. I might be able to grab that screen capture and put it over the top of a picture if it's on Facebook. It might be possible, so I will try and do that maybe at the end of the live stream, or we could try and do it now. Let me have a jump over to Facebook, which seems to be all right to open. And okay, let me try and scroll up and down. Okay, right, so it's the picture from Teresa. So thank you for that, Vince. I'm going to try and work out how I'm going to do this. It's a little bit small on my screen, whereas, yeah, the Riff of the Week screen is really big, so I'm not sure it's going to work. So I'll have to probably leave this until the next live stream, because what I was thinking isn't going to be possible just because of the difference in size, yeah, between the picture and the video that we have for the Riff of the Week. So, yeah, I will do that for next time. It is always a little bit risky. I did mention to Vince in that live chat room that the last time I tried to upload something or change anything in the software when I was live, the whole thing froze, and I had to obviously then the live stream stopped. I disappeared. I had to restart my whole computer, load it up again, and yeah, I was probably gone for about 10 or 15 minutes before resuming. And obviously then most people had gone, and I just finished off the live stream, yeah, to a few of you. So we're going to just keep on moving forward, and I will get that picture for the next live stream. So, having said that, let's get the background on screen so that we can look at the two pictures tonight. And it is we've got a Paul night tonight, because we have not only Paul Taylor, who I'll show to begin with, and here's Paul with the Session Man book. So thank you for getting this, Paul, friend of the channel, Phil Palmer's book on show there. And we also have Paul Mackenzie in the house. And this is Paul's picture. Thank you for uploading this, Paul. And we have the merchandise there, the wings of Pegasus picks. Oh, well, two of them. So Paul, yes, a lucky double pick winner. We have, obviously, on top of the acoustic guitar, and the mugs, which has been a little bit edited. We have Jollily Spike the Likes, and let's see how they get on. And that, so we've got a couple of mugs going on there, and I have the bottom version of this, but in black and white, on tonight's live streams on Saturdays, and then I have the Spike the Likes one on Tuesdays. So mine doesn't say jollily, unfortunately, but that is a word that is now synonymous with the live streams, because I used it before, didn't even realize it was a real word, but it is, so we can use it as much as we like. But thank you for that, Paul, and thank you for that, Paul. So we have just a Paul fest in the pictures tonight. Right. We are going to be jumping into the pick roulette for tonight, and I want to leave enough time at the end of the live streams for you guys to enter in for next week's pick roulette, because I can see we have just reached 358 likes, which means we have hit our target for tonight. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. You can keep on doing that in this live stream. You can keep on doing that if you're watching in the future, if you're part of the catch-up crew. So hit that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to grow on the whole, and for this live stream to get out there a little bit more. So let's jump into tonight's pick roulette. I haven't had, well, at least I haven't seen yet, a top tip pick or somebody who is going to sacrifice themselves. So what we'll do is we'll jump into it and I will pick a name from the wheel when we get there. So I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! So let's get the wheel up on screen, and there it is. If this is the first pick roulette that you have watched, the darker segments here are the t-shirts. If we land on one of those, somebody's going away with a t-shirt, and if we land on somebody's name, then they're going to go away with the signed Wings of Pegasus pick, which you can only win by winning the pick roulette. So let's have a look. D Hardy is going to be the top tip for tonight. So let me make a mention of D's name. Apologies about that, D, because I have a 0% winning. I can see that Steve volunteered, but I've only just read that now. So unfortunately, D, I can only pick one person, and maybe now, if it lands on Steve, then that'll be unbelievable. But let's give the wheel a quick spin. And let's see who's going to win. So good luck to everybody on tonight's Pick Roulette. As I always say, you have to be in it to win it. So make sure that you are tuned in when we spin the wheel if you have entered a Pick Roulette, because you have to let yourself be known to Carla in the live chat room in order to get the pick sent off to you. So we are slowing down. And let's have a look. Is it going to be a t-shirt? It's going to go past the t-shirt, I think. And is it going to be Bob? I think it's going to go as far as Bob. Is it going to... Yeah, there we go. So, it is Bob's lucky night tonight. Congratulations to you, Bob. And let me just move it over so that you can see. And Bob, if you could let yourself be known to Carla in that live chat room. Of course, we all know Bob. We've seen his pictures on the live stream before. So, commiserations to everybody else who didn't win tonight. And to you, D and Steve. So even if I had chosen Steve, we still would have maintained my 0% record. So, if just having a little look into that live chat room to see if I can see Bob's name anywhere in there, but I'm sure Bob is around. So if you could let yourself be known, Bob, that would be great. As I always say, if you want to double your chances of winning, just tune in on Tuesday night live streams as well, because we do those exactly the same format, exactly the same thing. If we reach the previous week's likes goal that we're aiming for, then we have the pick roulette next week. So it means that you can enter tonight, and the entrants are now open for next week's pick roulette. So let me just make a note and give you a demonstration of how to get your name on next week's pick roulette. And we type I agree with some exclamation marks, and we tag Carla Murray in that so that she can see it. And we only do this once, and we press enter, and you'll be able to see in the live chat room in a second the I agree from Wings of Pegasus going through and tagging Carla Murray in there. If this is your first live stream, just watch that live chat room for the next few minutes, because you'll start to get the idea of how to enter. Just copy what everybody else is doing, and then your name will be on that wheel next week. So I think what we might try and do for tonight, to leave you guys a little bit of time, because we are amazingly on track. It's 1 a.m. here, so we've still got 15 minutes left, which means we might be able to do a pick roulette and maybe a fill tune, because I think there was one or two of those requested over on Patreon when I was quickly looking through the requests for tonight's live stream. So we might jump over to that, but let me just mention that Orlando has donated $10. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, I am enjoying Mexican food with a dear friend. Hola, amigos. So thank you for that, Orlando. And I don't know actually if it's Mexican food or not, but I had this spicy chicken type stuff the other day that I put mayonnaise in, and the mayonnaise was actually a stroke of genius because it just made it taste amazing. But it was in, I don't know what it's called, like a wrap. I guess it's like a wrap, but yeah, it was like chicken in a wrap. I don't know whether that's a Mexican thing or not. And it was a little bit spicy in there. I'm not usually a fan of spice, but because I put the mayonnaise in there, it kind of equaled it out. So yeah, it's very nice. So I don't know why I think that might be a Mexican thing. Maybe I've seen it on TV, or maybe I'm just inventing it in my own head. But thank you, Orlando, again, mentioning food. And it was a little bit of an early dinner time for me tonight. It was sausages and mash. It's something that we have here in the UK quite a lot. I'm not sure whether other countries have it. Sausage and mash. So it's sausages and mashed potato. In my case, it's mashed sweet potato because I can't have white potato, but it's still good enough for me, with a bit of spaghetti, which is like spaghetti in tomato sauce, which is very nice, and some onion rings. Those are very nice as well. So yeah, a very nice dinner for me earlier this evening, but it was much earlier this evening, so it means that I'm now getting quite hungry. So let's move away from the food, but thank you for that, Orlando, as always. And let me just jump into the PayPal window because we had a donation in there from Maria. Thank you for that, for £3.65. And the message is, Happy Easter, Phil and everyone. Spike the likes. So a great idea then from Maria. Keep on hitting that thumbs up if you haven't used up your thumbs up token yet. Right. We are still organised. Oh, by the way, let me just get that PayPal donations thing up on screen because we didn't see that. And Maria's donation and her message there. So thank you for that, Maria. And then I think we maybe looked at Carla's donation before as well, but there we go, just in case. So let me just click on that. Right, everything is up to date. So which means we can jump into maybe, what should we do first? We'll start with a fill tune because I think those are probably easier for you guys to type I agree, because when I ask for the riff of the week, we have to name a number, and that's where usually loads of numbers go through. So make sure that you enter in, type I agree, tag Carla Murray in your comment so that you can get your name on the wheel next week. Right, let's have a little look down the list and see what we have over on Patreon. And okay, Marilyn requested a fill tune, but not a specified one. Mary asked for the drummer, so that's the Italian one. Fill tune, Francis says any fill tune, and Joe says another fill tune. So the Italian was the only one that was requested. So we'll have a little look at that one and use this as your opportunity to get your name on next week's Pick Roulette. And I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
That sounds absolutely excellent. We'll get the next train down and meet you at the Fox.
What the heck was that all about?
That was the excellent Italian drummer we were hoping to hear from. He loves our songs and can't wait to meet. He's really keen. We're going to London tonight to meet at the Intrepid Fox. We'll get the train. He said he definitely wants the drummer position in the band.
Ruddy heck, that is awesome. Finally, someone keen enough to meet and get things rolling.
I am amazed at how empty this carriage is. It must be a lucky day.
Yes, this is very rare. Normally I would not know where to look and have somebody sneezing and coughing in my face.
Not to mention, of course, the regulation bum guff released into the airtight carriage, making breathing impossible. I'm actually really looking forward to tonight. I think this guy could be the guy we need. From what I've heard, he really wants to be in the band.
Finally, it seems our luck is changing.
I definitely think this was a fantastic use of my last £15 of the month. I don't mind being skinned if it means we have a decent drummer.
Yes, I'm certain he will appreciate us spending £15 each and taking this 2-hour train journey to meet with him.
Precisely. Imagine if this was all for nothing. Ha ha ha. That would be so funny, I would probably guff my own bum.
Ha ha ha, yes indeed. From what he has said, there is no way this could ever end in a clap to the face.
We must be nearly there, as the people are starting to stare at us less and also the women are becoming more attractive.
Yes, you are correct. Here we are. Remember to try to avoid eye contact with the busker just in case. Here we are. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this day all my life, in a way.
I suggest you keep talk like that to a minimum around here. You sound like a hormone sensual, not a metal rock death voodoo punk of death. Let's go inside. Wowzers. Heck, this place looks a lot more realistic on the outside.
Hey there guys, you are looking for me. I think I want to say, are you Phil?
Yes, I am. I recognize that Italian accent. You must be Alessandro.
That is not an Italian accent.
Shut your guff trap, you're breaking the illusion. Right, let's get a proverbial beverage and talk band business.
Sounds good to me.
Well guys, we certainly are having a great luck. And getting on like fantastic chums. I like the vibe we are producing with our verbal interactions.
Can I just say guys, you are amazing. And I would love to join the band. I'm in this for the big time. Whatever it takes.
It's only been 10 minutes, but I think we all want to move in the same direction and get this show on the road.
We've been searching so long, but finally it has paid off. I think there are some great times ahead.
Oh, do shut up. I'm seriously starting to worry about you. Now, let's talk business. Shall we get a rehearsal booked for say 2 weeks' time?
Well, in 2 weeks I'm heading back to Italy. So, that is not too good for me.
Absolutely no problem. When are you back from Italy? We'll organize it for that week.
Yes, the problem is I'm not sure I'm coming back to England.
Ha ha ha. I hope to heck that you are pulling on my proverbials.
No, I'm serious. It is unlikely I'll be coming back.
Heck. Are you actually demented in the head? How the absolute guff are you going to gig with us when you are in a different country?
Oh yes, I can see that will be a problem. I hope I haven't wasted your time.
Oh no, not at all. We love to travel for 2 hours on the train, spending our money on train tickets and a beer for you, just for you to frig us in the guff, right? Well, we are going to leave now for the 2-hour journey back home. I sincerely do hope you get home safely to your flat just around the corner. Come on, let's get the guffing heck out of this vicinity before I lose my temper and tell him to frigging naff off back to Italy.
It's lucky it's all on film, or else nobody would ever believe this actually happened. Unbelievable.
What an absolute waste of time and money. To top it all, I had to spend my last 30 pence at the Paddington toilets. What a rip-off. I can't believe he spun me that guff about wanting to make it big with us. This is the worst day of my life.
And there we have it. There was one of my real life stories, and a lot of people might not believe these real life stories because they are so silly, but they have happened throughout my life on my journey musically to where I am now. Yes, we went into London and it was myself and Riff, so yes, he will back me up on the story. And yeah, this is the thing, that in that particular story, it's Griff would be the other person, but it's not Griff in all of the videos because it kind of changes. You only have, unfortunately, or you used to have, now this software that I did use to do these cartoons doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, they changed it all around, but you only had a few characters. So I had me, and the headband came with the hair, so I wanted to at least have a character that looked a little bit like me, so you knew which one was me. But then the other characters, they weren't very many, so I had to use the same person for multiple people, because obviously the people chopped and changed in the different stories, because it wasn't always throughout my life with the same person that I was with. So anyway, yeah, that was Griff that was with me, and we've had Griff on the channel on these live streams. He's been in the chat room before, but we travelled into London and went to the Intrepid Fox. That was the outside of the actual place. So if you go to Tottenham Court Road in London, the Intrepid Fox was round the corner. I'm not even sure if it's there anymore. I'm going to have to check, but that's what it used to look like on the outside. So I got an actual picture of the pub that we went to. And yeah, it was really a pub where you got some proper metalers. So they'll be in their kind of full leather and have piercings and, you know, loads of tattoos and stuff. But they would play, you know, cool music in there as well. Some hard rock, obviously a lot of metal. But we met him there, and yeah, the conversation was as it was there. Apart from him having an actual Italian accent, yeah, and he didn't really think it through that if he wasn't in England, he wouldn't be able to gig with us if we had a gig, because we are going to be gigging in London. He hadn't really thought that through, but he really wanted to join the band, but then realised, oh, but if I'm in Italy, I won't be able to do it. Obviously, myself and Griff, we could not believe that someone would not have thought it through to that extent. But yeah, sure enough, we then moved on, had to try and find another drummer. But anyway, there it was. And by the way, a lot of people do ask about what is a guff. And a guff is a release of air. It doesn't matter where it's released from, where it's released to. A guff is a release of air. So you can use your imagination. Like a guff trap is like the mouth, like releasing air out of your mouth. So yeah, and the other usage of that in the real life stories, you can, well, you know exactly what that refers to. But anyway, thank you for requesting those real life stories. I think actually those cartoons were quite a good, no pun intended, were quite a good release for me. Just the frustrations of going through things like that and having auditions, and yeah, there are probably so many of those cartoons that I could make with other things that have happened. But yeah, at the moment I haven't got the time to do that, unfortunately. But it just was definitely a way of me releasing the tension and the annoyances of everyday life, of auditioning people and then them saying that they really wanted to do it. And then you say, okay, right, well, we'll do a rehearsal on Thursday. And they say, oh no, I can't do Thursday, can't do Saturday, can't do the next 2 weeks. And you think, ugh. And this is why it's great now that on YouTube, with my own project and vision as Wings of Pegasus that just encapsulates everything that I do musically, with analysis videos as well. It's great because I can work at my own pace. So if I want to do something today or tonight, I can do it. If I want to do something tomorrow, like the video that I'm going to make tomorrow, that is going to happen because I'm in charge of it. The live stream on a Tuesday night, I'm going to be there because I'm in charge of it. So I can work at my own speed rather than having to wait for other people all the time. And probably, yeah, it was the best thing I ever did, because now I can move at my own speed and I'm not being held back by anybody, and that certainly seems to be good for me, not only just productivity wise, but probably for my sanity as well, not being held back, because that's a really frustrating thing when you really want to do something and you're waiting for other people to organize their lives so that you can move forward with your life. And now that I can just move forward with my life, that's a lot better. Thanks to your support, of course. You guys really are the foundation of everything and allow me to do what I do. So thank you everyone for tuning into these live streams, but supporting me as well with the very kind donations and all of these lovely people over on patreon.com. Just quickly before, it's 1:15 here, so we are going to be finishing. I did say we'd have a riff of the week, so we'll do that really quickly. But MediaRex.us has sent £5.11. So thank you for that donation in that PayPal window. Right, we're going to be picking a number between 50 and 100 for the riff of the week. So pop that into the live chat room. I'm going to be looking at the numbers going through there. If you can just type a number between 50 and 100, I will choose one and we will randomly pick, or I'll randomly pick from those numbers, one of the riffs of the week. There are 100 of them. And I'm just going to make sure that they are all on screen pretty much. Let me just show 50 results rather than just 30, so we can get from 50 to 100. Right, let's have a look. We have 66, 53, 55, 70, 51 from Marta, Laurie 53, and Bill says T4. So yes, Terminator 4, that could be, not sure. Susan and Dennis say 44, which isn't a number between 50 and 100, but thank you for that, guys. And John says 37. Again, not quite getting the memo, but we've got 85, 59. Let's go for 59. So, yeah, I'm just going to pick out 59 at random. Let's have a look. Okay, so 59. I have to click on this, and there might be an advert on this. There might not be. Sometimes I have to watch an advert on these, but I'm going to hopefully get it to stop before we get into it. It is loading, and no, it doesn't have an advert. I think these ones should rarely have an advert because I didn't used to put adverts all over my videos. That was only the copyright stuff. I guess if the owner of the copyright of the riff that I'm playing, that could be a reason why there might be adverts on some of the riffs. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Let's see if I can make it appear on the screen. There it is. We are good to go. So, Riff of the Week, number 59. What is it? I'm going to be looking in the live chat room to see who gets this first. You don't win anything, but just the bragging rights, as I always say, to be the first to get this. Let's jump into it and see what it's all about. And there we have it. So let's remove that from the screen. And I'm going to be looking into the live chat room. And I'm waiting to see if anybody gets it right. And Brian says Crazy Train. And it's and I mean Carla is pretty close because I mean she's forgotten the Alice part of it, but I mean yeah, Brian said Crazy Train. It's not Crazy Train. Let me just mention that. But yes, we're starting to get a lot more people saying Alice Cooper. I think Carla probably we know exactly what she meant. She just typed probably a Cooper because it's quicker than typing the whole thing and would beat everybody to it. But there we have it. Carla there says Alice Cooper. So congratulations to Carla. Did Carla get it last time? I'm not sure if she got that. So anyway, Lucy said, is it a Dokken song? It does have that kind of sound about it. But Laura Lee said, I think Carla Murray called it first. So yes, Poison by Alice Cooper. And I think, yeah, Carla, we're going to give Carla that one. Who won it last time? I can't remember. I've got this feeling that Carla was really quick off the mark on the last Riff of the Week as well. So, congratulations. Carla doesn't win anything, but maybe somebody can keep a track of who wins these. I mean, we don't do them every live stream. It's just as a bit of fun at the end of the live streams to see who can guess these riffs. But anyway, we are going to be calling things to a close now. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight on this live stream. Like I said, join me on Tuesday nights as well, because I live stream then at 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. And I think we are up to date with the donations as well. So I'm going to be back here tomorrow night with another analysis video, live streaming Tuesday night, and another analysis video on Wednesday and on Friday. And then we'll be back here again next week, next Saturday. And your name will be on that pick roulette wheel if you have entered in for that earlier on when we opened up the entries for that. It's going to be a little bit too late to do that now. But thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you at tomorrow night's video. Hopefully I'll be able to see you on Tuesday night for the live stream then. Stay safe, and I mean, I'm starting to say stay sane in the world that we live in at the moment, because it's all a little bit crazy with everything going on, but we do try to avoid all of the political things on the live streams, and we're doing a little bit better at that nowadays. So I'm just saying, stay sane, and I'll catch you guys at the next analysis video. Oh, by the way, the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters group, if you are a Facebook user, head over there, type into the search bar Wings of Pegasus supporters group, and you'll be able to join in with that group, because Vince hosts the after party after the live streams, so you can head over there now. So quick shout out to that. Quick shout out to the moderators as well for doing such a fantastic job. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys at tomorrow night's analysis video, and hopefully, if you can make it, I'll be there on Tuesday night, again 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, for another live stream. I'll see you guys then. Rock!